Good morning. Welcome to our E3 Weekly Market Report. Exports have just come up on the board. We're going to take a look at those and look at the market reaction. I start with cotton. Cotton had a pretty good number, 147,200 running bales. That's up 94% from the previous week and up 32% from the previous 4-week average. Turkey took 23,600. Egypt took 23,400 and Vietnam took 22,000. And looking at other sales, small numbers, 7,700 bales in 2016, 2017. Let's look at the reaction. Cotton was down 8 just before this came out. Right now, cotton's up 12, so we have reacted in a positive way. Let's next look at soybeans. 655,600. That's certainly less than what we've seen. That's a marketing year low, down 69% from the previous week and 61% under the 4-week average. China took 1 million metric tons, which of course means there are going to be some cancellations in here. We've got Japan taking 97,200. Spain taking 71,100. And unknown destinations, reductions of 873,600. Practically no sales for new crop. Looking at beans, beans were down 2.5 when this number came out. Right now, beans are down 5. So that market has reacted in a negative way to this export release in beans. Looking at corn, net sales of 556,000 metric tons. That's down 22% from the previous week, but up 7% from the 4-week average. Japan took 186,800. Mexico took 102,900. Unknown destinations took 86,800. Some small cancellations from Panama of 13,500. We've got new crop sales of 18,900. Let's look at the reaction. Corn was down 1 3/4 pennies just before this came out. Right now, corn is down 2.5. So it's lost a little ground there. Wheat, net sales of 84,600. That's a light number. And that's down 85% from the previous week and down 80% from the 4-week average. South Korea took 41,100. Honduras took 24,400. Unknown destinations, 23,200. There was a cancellation. There were a couple of cancellations. Nigeria canceled 40,000 bales. I'm sorry. 40,000, that's wheat. That would be bushels. And that's looking at the reaction. The wheat market was down 2 just before this came out. Right now, the wheat market's down 3.5. So wheat, corn, and beans have all lost ground with this export release. So let's take a look at crop conditions and harvest conditions or progress coming out. That came out Monday. Cotton was in the good to excellent category, 48%. That's unchanged. In the U.S., the harvest progress was 51% harvested. That the average for this time of the year would be 54%. Texas was 40% harvested versus an average of 43%. Soybeans, 92% of the crop has been harvested. The average for this time of the year is 88%. Corn, harvested 85%. The average is 79%. So corn and beans are both and have been ahead of schedule, but both ahead of schedule. Winter wheat in the good to excellent category, 49% versus 47%. 98% of the winter wheat has been planted. That's right on the average. And 72% has emerged. The average is 73%. I want to read from the Plexus newsletter that actually came out a week ago. I think it's still relevant for today. And I've gone through and I've highlighted some of these things that were written because I think they're excellent. And I'll start now. It has been an uneventful week in the cotton market with the spot month closing the last 5 sessions between 62.13 and 62.76, a very narrow range of just 63 points. The December contract has now been meandering between 60 and 68 cent range for nearly 14 months. And at the moment, there is nothing on the horizon that would suggest that this situation is going to drastically change anytime soon. Judging by the depressed mood that currently prevails in most markets, prices should be trading considerably lower than they are. Mills around the globe have been struggling to make ends meet, as cotton prices are basically at the same level as they were a year ago, while yarn values have come under pressure due to sluggish offtake and cheap polyester prices. However, as we have pointed out on several occasions from a statistical point of view, one could easily make the case for a stronger market. Over the past couple of months, global production has been steadily trending lower as crops in a variety of origins got scaled back. Due to all the belly aching about demand, it seems that no one has been paying attention to the precipitous fall in production this year. Then as we go on over into the final part of this, so where do we go from here? The market can't make its mind up, and neither can we. Although sentiment is rather negative, the balance sheet currently points the other direction. Will demand numbers eventually be adjusted downward as everyone expects? And if so, by how much? Only time will tell. Speculators have been clobbered recently, first by selling a break below 61, and then by buying the market as it popped above 64. In both instances, specs lost money, and they probably don't have much appetite for the cotton market at this point. This leaves it up to the trade, which feels bearish, but realizes that adding to an already sizable short position may not be advisable. We therefore see the market going nowhere in a hurry and expect the current trading range to continue. As far as the longer-term outlook goes, we shall keep a keen eye on A, the strength of demand or lack thereof, and B, emerging market currencies which have recently been rebounding, and C, potential changes to the Chinese cotton policy that might bring China's massive cotton stocks into play. The other thing I want to do, and let me pull it up here, I want to go over some of the latest seasonals that are coming out in these markets because we've got some interesting news here. This comes from More Research, which is an excellent source in the area of seasonals. And looking at the month of November, of course, that we're in, there is a seasonal that's coming up in cotton. And they give the statistical numbers on this. They're talking about March cotton. They have an actual recommendation that the cotton market will be a buy November the 25th, and you would carry that to January the 2nd. In 15 years, it would have actually done well. In 93% of those years, or in other words, out of 15 years, 14 this would have worked. The average profit would be $1,958, which is almost 4 cents. We haven't seen any recommendations from More on cotton in quite a few months, so this is interesting that this is coming out. Also, there's another recommendation that would be like a double recommendation in cotton, looking over into December. As you get into the first week of December, they're saying again it's another time to buy, December the 8th actually, and it carries to January the 4th also. So you've got, for those people that have an interest in buying back their crops, you might want to be aware that we are in the coming weeks going to be coming to what is considered the optimum time to be buying the market. So just wanted to mention that to you. And one more time, we'll go to the markets. Right now, cotton is up 24, so it's done well since the export figure. We were 8 just before it came out. Now we're up 24. Soybeans are right now down 5. Just as this report came out, we were down 2.5. Corn's down 2.25. So we've lost about another half cent since the report came out. Wheat's down 4, so we've lost about another 2 cents there. So that's really it. That's our report for this week for the E3 Weekly Market Report. We hope you have a good day and a good week, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you.